使ってる方に戻して。再開してみる。
豆腐の白あえ。白あえ。イクラのお寿司。
お醤油ください。
はカツオ。
お刺身。あ、そのね、使ってる方に戻して。再開してみる。
要这个价钱。
召し上がっていただきます。お塩、パイン2種類ございます。こちらお塩ですね。黒い方、こちらがスタンダードのお塩、水色の方が柚子フレーバーの塩でございます。お塩皿に取って召し上がってください。2つ目。どうぞ。ちょっと香りの強いごま油がかけてます。香りの強いごま油がかけてます。2種類使ってます。エビの味噌、お塩つけて、お塩つけて、そうだよ、どうぞ。1個ずつでいいよ。あ、じゃあ 次かどうぞ。岩手のナス。いいですよ。 はいよテーブルでーす洗濯も手を出してあげて じゃあカウンターにね。ショート1番。もう一回。
Thank you, Tempura Fukutaro, for the lovely meal. Now it's time for my rating to see if it's worth the travel. Starting with the food, it's a bit of a mixed experience for me. There are some standout dishes, some that are decent, and a few I could easily skip. The sea eel and tempura rice bowl are absolutely fantastic. I also appreciate that all the courses use the freshest ingredients, and it's amazing to watch them transform from raw to final dish, like the abalone and shrimp. For the decent courses, like the squid and matsutake mushroom, the flavor was good, but the batter was a bit thick and not quite crispy. Unfortunately, there were a few courses I didn't enjoy, such as the appetizers and the sea urchin wrap. So I rate the food a 3.5 out of 5. As for the service, I love the corner counter that gives every guest a perfect view of Chef Fukutaro's magic. It's incredible to watch him break down the sea eel, prepare the shrimp, and assemble the abalone dish. However, all the staff doesn't speak much English, so if you don't know at least a little Japanese, you might feel a bit lost, simply enjoying the food without fully knowing what you're eating. So it's a 4 for the service. The restaurant is located in Nezu, a charming and traditional Tokyo neighborhood known for its historic Nezu Shrine and serene gardens. It's a quieter, more local side of Tokyo, but just a short 10-minute walk will take you to the Ueno Zoology Gardens, home to adorable animals like pandas and polar bears, which makes the location a 5. The omakase is 25,300 yen, which is roughly $165, making it 4.35 for the price. The overall rating is 4.21, which makes it worth domestic travel. So if you live in Japan, Tempura Fukutaro is worth the visit. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.